Death Knights. Once said to be the personal guard of Godwyn the Golden himself, these warriors were adorned with axes of gold and brandished lightning only taught by the dragon cult's highest elite. Now forgotten, today they stand watch over the Prince of Death's cadaver surrogate, forever loyal as they await the coming age of the Duskborn. Man, with lore that badass, you'd think Godwyn would still be alive right now. Too bad he's... Wait, I'm sorry! Hi boys, I'm Chris Crass, your local Green Flamehead, and today I'll be beating all DLC Remembrance bosses using nothing but Death Knight gear. And at the very end of the video, give my brutally honest opinion on whether or not I think it's actually any good. If you would like to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch, and have a Discord server linked in the description, so if you'd like, feel free to join in. Now let's get straight into it. Starting it off, I entered the DLC at exactly level 150, the recommended level, and rocked the Strength Faith build, as that's what the Death Knight weapons mainly scale off of. I also figured I'd start off as a Lanedale Knight, as they were the closest thing I could think of to a Death Knight, being Dragon Cult followers and all that. With this, I'd like to mention that the beginning of this run will be focused on first collecting all the Death Knight gear, so if you want to get straight to the action, feel free to skip to this time. That being said, 9 Scooby-Doo levels and a 2-hand talisman later, it was finally time we went Death Knight hunting. This brought us to the Scorpion River Catacombs, where we first did a bit of dungeon crawling. All I know is that just gotta go down. Before eventually arriving at the fog wall. Alright, guys, I have actually never fought or even encountered a single Death Knight. So, yeah, this is gonna be my first attempt ever fighting a Death Knight. Hello, buddy. Whoa, what the... Holy crap. What the... Oh, but you can be backstabbed, though. Hold on. Back shots. I already know all your moveset, buddy. I take it back. Well. No! Oh, God, I saw that one coming. You just fucking take my HP? Bro dashed through me and killed me. God damn. Alright, now I will admit, that first attempt was pretty rough. However, with the help of a certain dagger talisman, we then gave Brody enough backshots to remember for the rest of his life. Which ended right there. Scoring us our very first weapon, the Death Knight's long half-axe. With this, we then backtracked and got ourselves the Knight's Lightning Spear, before heading to the Fogrift Catacombs, where we meet our second Death Knight. Bro. Don't use Blink Bolt on me, that scares the crap out of me. Woo! Yo, that's cool as shit. What the hell? Yo, you're cooler than the other guy. Woo! Get that backstab off, though. It ends the same way. This gives us our second weapon, the Twin Axes. And finally, we reach the Darklight Catacombs, where we'll comfortably pick up the armor set. And... yeah, the Green Flamehead stays on, even if it means I had to spend 4 hours learning how to mod from scratch. Anyways, now with the full set fully obtained, I head to the foot of Bellarat, where we'll finally get this run started. Here, I was introduced to 2 skills, Blink Bolt Long Half-Axe and Blink Bolt Twin Axe, both starting off with an iframe dodge forward into an electric follow-up, with the Twin Axes having a multi-hitting forward dash, and the Long Axe possessing a single mighty blow, and hyper armor. If you couldn't tell already, we're gonna be spamming the hell out of these skills this run. Also, if you're wondering why I haven't been talking about the spell yet, well, just know that it's basically Super Lightning Spear, and that it'll be getting its very own dedicated section halfway through this video. Now with that said, it was now time for the Dancing Lion, and for this fight specifically, I decided to go with the Big Boy Axe, because I personally think DPH is better for this fight. Little did I know, I had absolutely no clue just how hard this weapon would cook this boss. I started this fight like any other, you know, getting up a few hits, not really expecting much. That was until he used a standing whirlwind attack, to which I dodged the first 2 waves, and on the third one, activated the skill for a mean punish. From there, I knew what to do. Vomit attack, close the distance, and punish. Grab attack. Boom. Punished. I even stance broke the thing, so free riposte too. And the second phase wasn't safe either. Triple spin into ground vomit. The word you're looking for is opening. 3-piece combo, more like triple whiff. And not only that, I managed to keep up so much stance pressure on the guy that I actually managed to stance break the thing a second time, which I've never done in phase 2 because he's usually way too fast. Oh, and it died before ever reaching third phase. Sheesh! That ended so quickly, dude. Now, we've only just gotten started. So with this, I immediately booked it over to Castle Ensis, where I proceeded to absolutely obliterate all the local staff. You could say I got to the end of it shockingly fast. Ahaha. Anyhow, it was now time for Rellana, and here I decided to take the Twin Axes for a spin, thinking, why not? And well, the results weren't so stellar. You see, for one, this version of the skill seems to be something intended for smaller targets, PvP, or at least something that staggers. This is cause against Rellana in particular, it had the tendency to just fly off and completely miss despite being right in front of her. Another thing to mention was that getting clipped while using the skill was a regular occurrence. This was especially prevalent in Phase 2, where I decided to switch back to the big axe in the hopes of landing more hits, but ended up getting smacked in the face mid-animation 9 times out of 10. Because of this, I spent the vast majority of Phase 2 trying my absolute hardest to get as many style points as I possibly could, but sadly, failing at every turn, before ultimately ending the fight extremely close to dying. Whoa, that's a bit close, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, 2 remembrance bosses down, and on to the next. This brings us to the Cerulean Coast, where we'll then descend the Purple Depths in pursuit of our next boss. Some people like to think about how this guy is referred to as the Glowmite Knight in the game files, and some say it's the leftover undead corpse of Radon and Leonard, for some reason. I, on the other hand, can't help but think about how bro's ass cheeks look like a Type I charging plug. Anyways, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, the fight. Here, I decided to give the Twin Axes a second chance, thinking maybe if we simply had a larger target, the skill wouldn't miss half as much, right? Yeah, we're gonna punish this, since he stays still for quite a bit.
Oh, hell no.
What the? Ow. Oh, dude. Okay. It's definitely dealing damage, alright. Just, not as much as I'd hoped. You know what? Why don't we give the big axe a shot? Just for funsies. Surely, it can't be that much better than... Oh. Dude, this axe is way too stylish, man. It's unfair. I stand corrected. With this, we'll then go all the way to the back of Messmer's castle and arrive at Gaius' arena. Now, knowing his aggressive nature, I'm not even gonna try the Twin Axes. Starting it off, let's just quickly ignore the 7 hits I took at the very start of the fight. Actually, what am I even talking about? That didn't even happen. Moving on, with the Great Axe being what it is, after finally getting in a few good hits, I eventually managed to pin the board down, Breakz stance, and got off that sweet riposte. From there, I then took the time to get a few hits in as bro got up, and styled on a scripted drill attack. Starting out Phase 2 with Gaius below 20% HP. Now look at this crispy dodge clip.
Weak.
And yeah, from there, all I needed was a few more good hits, and the fight ends with a dramatic finish. Beautiful. Do you guys ever think about how all this Skadu is locked behind some guy on a pig, yet just downstairs, the boss that is surrounded by actual mountains of it, and is probably made out of it himself, drops none of it? Yeah, me neither. Do you know what would be pretty cool if we could like use Blink Bolt to like dash through things? You know, like, what's it called? Like, say for example, dash through that gap with Blink Bolt. Speaking of which, here we are. Now what can I say about this spooky sunflower? Well, in Phase 1, things started off as a regular ass fight. That was, until he kindly lent me his face, to which I responded by turning it into an electrical buzzsaw. Oh, that's good. Finally, a boss the Twin Axes are good at. Let's go! In Phase 2 though, I wouldn't be so lucky, as with the way his head is often positioned, the skill would often throw me way off target rather than doing anything actually useful. Soon making me realize that it was probably better to just use R1s. That being said, I did kill him with the dash attack though, and that was pretty cool. Oh! Whoa! On to phase 3. Here I used my skill to dodge the pulse. Woo! And once again to close the distance with the boss, getting off some massive damage at the very start of the fight. Though much like the twin axes, it wasn't much good against any other move. But hey, bro used the pulse again soon after, and I swooped in for the easy victory. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. I don't know how I keep surviving that, but I do. I just do. Bop. GG. Easy boss. Bop, 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 bop. Alright, so remember when I said the spell would get its very own dedicated section? Well, here we are. And let me start off by saying, Knight's Lightning Spear is an absolute beast. This thing can drop large enemies in only 2 casts, and the damage it deals is just absolutely wild. This is because, if fully charged, the spell will deal a total of 27 stance damage, which is equivalent to a straight sword heavy, but at range. Even more if there's water nearby. As for the damage, it's just straight up crack. Not only being the best elemental damage type in the game, but it also gets boosted by simply having water nearby, which, might I add, is literally everywhere in this DLC. Also, for some reason, NPCs have no clue how to dodge it. Why don't they dodge it? This is strange. Now, you may be asking, well, if it's so good, then why the hell haven't you been mentioning it? Well, for one, I'm gonna be real, I didn't know it was as good as it is until after the sunflower when I went hippo hunting. But also, it's because the very fundamentals of what makes this spell great directly conflicts with what makes the weapons great. Let me explain. You see, the spell requires distance and more importantly, charge time to see the best results. The weapons, on the other hand, are dead set on closing distance and aggressive plays. The polar opposite of what the spell needs to thrive. Not to mention talismans or stat distribution. So yeah, I just wanted to bring to light just how insane this spell truly is, as due to the reasons listed above, I was not truly able to showcase the spell's true potential. So instead, I'm playing it as B-roll in the background. Anyways, back to the video. Alright, Quelaag 3.0. And well, I'm just gonna get straight to the point with this one. This is probably the single most inconsistent fight in this whole run. This is due to the boss's unusual character model and movement patterns, which often made trying to use the skill incredibly awkward. Funny enough, the twin axes were performing fairly decent this time round, as the extra distance it covers doesn't just fly off, but finally worked in our favor for once, though the damage still pales in comparison to its counterpart. Either way though, first twin axe W. No fucking way, dude. Bop. Yeah, I couldn't get the really cool kill I wanted. Moving on, we then make our way to the Abyssal Woods, and standing in our way is Jory, who I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a Remembrance boss at some point, considering there's this unused Remembrance icon in the game files. But hey, I guess we'll never know. As per the fight, yeah, just break her spine. Anyways, speed bump out of the way, onto an actually good boss. Starting off the fight, I immediately begin by circling Midra and getting off a fully charged heavy. From there, I progressed the boss fight as normal, right until he did this dash move, to which I immediately punished and... yeah. That's what I want to see. You can probably guess how the rest of this fight's gonna go. This sent him into phase 2, where I calmly circled the opening attack and was ready to rumble. Here, I waited till he used his frenzied sweep move, which I punished. And soon after, the frenzied flurry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! Add in a few more R1s, and this Lord kneels a second time. Yes. From there, I then made sure the Death Spear got some love as well. Sadly failed this dodge. God damn it, that's no point! And finally, this fight ends when Bro decides to once again do the frenzied sweep, which at this point was just begging to be punished. Ending the fight with a third and final riposte. Oh my god, I feel like a fucking god using this weapon. GG. Alright, now from the best to the worst, next up is Midra, and I'm too lazy to recite how to get there, so instead, have this clip. Anyway, here we are, the abomination of appendages. And I'm not gonna lie, the Death Spear absolutely carried this fight. Let me explain. Starting off the fight, I immediately took advantage of the range and started chucking, not thinking much of it. I didn't even manage to fully get off the second cast, but that didn't even matter. The little spears alone were enough to drop her, leaving her open for the buzzsaw. Soon after, we then reach phase 2 with relative ease. Might fucking die. Here, the boss decides that now would be a great time to give birth, but guess what? We are literally underneath a lake right now, and the shockwaves alone evaporate them only 5 seconds into life. And, bro, I'm not even using any spell talismans right now. Look at that damage. Also, check out this cool dodge. Now at this point, she knew she was cooked, and so she decided to use her final desperation move. But I was just chilling. You know, enjoying the scenery, and as I saw her float down, welcomed her descent with 1,000,000 volts. Kill her! She did! To experience what Midra just did, simply drench your hands in water, then kindly stick it into the nearest electrical outlet. Don't actually do it. Back to the Black Castle we go, and this time, for the last remaining resident. And well, I don't think I need to script this one out. Just trust me when I say, every single attack that you think is punishable, is. Oh, you need to do that near instant, or it's just impossible. Woo! Sheesh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop. And he drops. Get a sip of this. Bop. Sheesh! Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at that phase transition, boy! I'm gonna try to blink bolt this. Woo! 1, 2. Oh, he's almost dead. You get a drink. Boop. Bop. S tier. S tier against Messmer, dude. Oh my god. GG. Sheesh. Messmer down, we then head up the Jagged Peak to battle our next reptile. Also, I'm not gonna lie, these past few fights have been bloody stellar. This begs the question, will Bayle be able to put a stop to our win streak? Spoiler alert, nope. Phase 1 starts off with an immediate punish to the opening attack, followed by a Death Spear to the face, and watch this. Now sit down, boy. And if you think that's wild, well, we haven't even gotten to the good part yet. That's when phase 2 starts. Here, bro decides to nuke the f***ing floor. But nope, denied. And bro, what you're about to see next is the single coldest dodge in this entire video. Have a watch. Wait, can I blink bolt through these? Oh, I can! No way! Blink bolt through the laser and straight into his cranium. Oh my god, bro. At this point, I knew for sure that this was my new favorite weapon. Soon after, we then punished the nuke once again, and it was just reps for bro. He dropped to the floor once more, and it was over. I've never broken Bayle's stance in phase 2 before. Never. And he's dead. Bop. GG. S tier, man. S tier weapon. Yes. Alright. Second last remembrance boss down. I mean, technically no, but might as well be. We then make our way into a near limb, ready to end this run once and for all. And while running through the city, we absolutely body the Divine Warriors on our way to Leda. Speaking of Leda though, yeah, ignore that. This fight starts off as a 1v1 with Dane. And let me tell you, bro was not ready. Guy got forced into the wall and just started getting pummeled. Bro couldn't even get off a sippy before tasting this yellow steel. Leda popped in soon after, but it was too late. Me and the boys pulled up and just straight jumped her. bleed, poison, lightning. Yeah, this lady's last moments couldn't have been pleasant. But anyways, it was now time for the final boss. And just like Messmer, instead of telling you guys about the fight, why don't I just show you? What you got? Huh? Nothing! You got nothing, boy! 1, 2, 3. Yeah! That's right! That's right! Stay down! Stay in your place! Oh wait, I fucking missed that. No way. I'm out of stamina. Oh! Second phase, baby! Watch this, watch this. That's right! Sheesh! I run out of stamina so fast, but you feel like a goddamn beast. Alright, we run. Oh! 3. You. 11 bosses! 11 remembrance bosses! 0 deaths, baby! 0 deaths! Sure! And yeah, final boss defeated. On to the closing thoughts. Overall, I'd say I had a lot of fun this playthrough. My favorite part of it was definitely being able to play as aggressively as I wanted, as well as collecting all these cool clips, which I could comfortably say was mainly due to the long half axe. Yes, I know half of this video is just me glazing this long hunk of steel, but can you blame me though? For starters, it's a great axe, which in of itself is already pretty good. Possessing high poise damage and a decent moveset, I really can't complain. That's when the skill comes in, which, if you really think about it, is just Lion's Claw with iframes and more distance. The amount of attacks this skill just turns into punish windows are just wild to me. So many moves that would otherwise put distance between you and the boss would instead bring them one step closer to a stance break. Add this all together, and you have an insanely aggressive poise-breaking machine. Sadly, the same could not be said about the twin axes. I tried to like this weapon. I really did. What the? But I have to be honest here and say it's not even close. Let's start by talking about the moveset. It's terrible, it looks awkward, has suboptimal range, and is downright slower than the long half axe. Literally, the two-handed axe moveset is leagues better, and it's not even a question. If this alone isn't enough to make you think twice about this weapon, well, let's talk about the skill. If there's anything this version does better, it's proccing multi-hit talismans, stunning smaller foes, and traveling long distances. Which may sound good, but then you realize, multi-hits are hard when you have no poise, the distance thing is really only useful in niche scenarios, and most of the time just flies off target. And though it can be more useful when fighting NPCs or anything that staggers, the long half axe isn't that much worse, and is also way more versatile in every other scenario. Also, it's absolutely in bingo. Never use it. So with that said, get yourself some Death Knight gear. I highly recommend everything except the twin axes, and of course, have an amazing day.